On August 22, 1911, a strange sort of pilgrimage began at the Louvre. Crowds filed into the Salon Carré not to admire a masterpiece, but to stare stunned at four lonely hooks on a blank wall. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa had vanished. Among the onlookers that day was a young Spanish painter named Pablo Picasso. To the public, he was just another curious visitor, but to the police, he was about to become something far more dangerous, a prime suspect. And the twist is that their suspicion wasn't entirely baseless. Picasso had already been entangled in a different Louvre theft, committed by the same man who had just stolen the world's most famous painting. The Mona Lisa's disappearance triggered a national panic. France accused everyone: foreigners, anarchists, rival nations, even the entire Parisian avant-garde. The painting wasn't yet the global celebrity it is now, but its absence created a vacuum that the public filled with fear, gossip, and conspiracy theories. And into that chaos stepped Guillaume Apollinaire and Pablo Picasso. 2 years earlier, they had purchased several ancient Iberian stone heads from a mysterious seller. These were no ordinary artifacts. Their sharp, mask-like geometry became essential to Picasso's artistic revolution, shaping the explosive visual language of Les Demoiselles d'Avignon and helping ignite Cubism. But there was a problem. The heads were stolen from the Louvre, and the thief was Vincenzo Peruggia, a handyman who quietly worked inside the museum's walls. When the Mona Lisa went missing, the police retraced his trail straight back to Apollinaire, who, terrified, pointed to Picasso. Suddenly, one of the most important artists of the century found himself in a police station, trembling before a magistrate, denying out of sheer panic that he even knew his friend. For Picasso, an immigrant whose work was already considered dangerous and subversive, the stakes were life-changing: imprisonment, deportation, public ruin. Ultimately, the authorities had no evidence linking him to the disappearance of the Mona Lisa, and he was released. But the episode left deep scars, personal, artistic, and historical. Meanwhile, the real thief was hiding in plain sight. Peruggia had kept the Mona Lisa tucked inside the trunk in his tiny Paris room for 2 years. He later claimed he wanted to return the painting to Italy, though he also attempted to sell it. His motives were as clumsy as his methods were bold. And this is where the story becomes astonishing. The same petty criminal who stole the ancient Iberian heads that helped Picasso reinvent modern art was also the man who stole the Mona Lisa. One theft helped create Cubism. The other turned the Renaissance portrait into the most famous face on earth. The coincidence is almost too perfect. Leonardo stood as the symbol of classical mastery. Picasso was dismantling that very tradition. Their worlds weren't supposed to intersect, yet Peruggia's crimes forced their legacies into the same narrative, linking Renaissance serenity with modernist rupture through a chain of theft, panic, and artistic transformation. And so, the image of Picasso standing before that empty wall becomes something more than a historical footnote. It's symbolic. He was witnessing a literal void where the old world had been removed, while he, through Cubism, was creating a conceptual void that would reshape the new. In the end, the story of the stolen Mona Lisa isn't just about a missing painting. It's a story about influence, about the strange and sometimes illicit paths through which art moves from one era to the next. It reminds us that history's masterpieces just don't hang in museums. They collide, overlap, and occasionally meet through thefts that changed art forever. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.